Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. And about almost 4 years ago, I made a video on how to do something like this, but I'm going to make two because I've learned more on how to do it a little easier. And I'm going to do it two ways. I'm going to do it to engrave it, and then the other one is going to be about how to cut these letters out. So we're going to work from the center of the page. And even though my love isn't, well, that's pretty much equal. You just kind of look at it, and let's turn that text yellow. Whoop. And then actually go to Object, Order, Back of Page so you can see the text and just see how it's going to feel in that love. And I might even use a different font on this. Let's use Impact. See what Impact looks like. You know, it's not going to be as pretty. The Times New Roman is going to work. We could make it a little bit thicker. There we go. Now let's hit P, put it in the center of the page. That might work. This little part might give us a little bit of problem, but I think it's going to work. So, and you could adjust, you know, if you wanted to, you could run the people down a little bit. But anyway, that's your preference. So now I've got my nudge distance set on 6 inches. We're going to nudge that down. We're going to left click, right click to give that an outline. We're going to do the same thing to this, but then we're going to go the effects and contour. We're going to contour the outside 0.2. Let's just see what it looks like. That looks pretty good. Let's just go 0.1. That looks good. Now we need to break the contour apart. Go to Object, and really if you select them both, we don't want to break the curve apart yet. Break the contour apart. Now we might have some broken stuff in the middle, so I'm just going to grab the outer part, and you can see the parts that we have that are, we don't need those. We don't need those. We're just using this for a shape. So let's go to Object now and break curve apart. Now we can grab just the outer part and let's just nudge them down. By doing that, we're leaving all the center trash. I shouldn't really call it trash. And I could have contoured it more where all the letters would be the same, but now I got rid of all that trash. Now we can, because we're using the nudge distance, we can nudge it right back. Now you never know what's on front or top, so this is a kind of a 50-50 shot to use either back minus front or front minus back, and I'm going to try front minus back. That's not the right one, so now I'm going to go back minus front, and that's what we want. Then you could take your text and you could actually left click, right click, or right click, left click, so we'll have no outline, and then nudge it up. And before we do that, we can take this and make it black. Now there's two ways you could do this. You could run that like that and it's all gonna kind of look, it's gonna look good. Or you could make this one a lighter color and run it either color mapping, which you'd have to use a real color. And if you don't know how to do color mapping, depending on how big the plaque is, and I do this a lot and I like doing it, is to get your plaque up here and get it up here. And the reason I like to do it, so we're just engraving both these. I would engrave this I'd actually engrave the other one first because we're using the nudge distance and it'll put it right back. I'd grade that really thick, really deep, 100 power at 50 speed. Move it out of the way and bring in our other part and run it at 100 speed and 100 power at first. And then see how dark it is. That's what's so nice about doing it over color mapping. I'd maybe go 100 speed at 80 power at first, or Yeah, 80 power or above. And then you're going to get a light gray, and it's going to kind of look like this drawing. I actually said I was going to make 2 videos, but if you wanted to cut this out, it would be the same thing. Let's nudge them over together. You know what? I wonder if we hit, since I work in the center of the page, it'll still work. Now let's kind of take our text. See how it jumped? If you ever see that, just back up. So let's say this is a piece of wood, and we're going to take this and we're going to put no fill, and we're going to take the color of brown. That's what it would look like. The holes are transparent, and we'll just kind of prove that by putting our yellow box trick around it. Go up to Object, Order, Back a Page. That's what it's going to look like. The yellow is transparent, so it's going to cut away. Now, the only thing when you do that, you're going to make sure that there's no fill or no outline in this text. Because if you put a hairline, it's going to cut out. So go no outline and fill. So I left click, right click, and then nudge that up. Now, if you'll see, it's behind it. So we go to Order, in front of page. So all the letters will be cut out, but this will be welded together and not fall out because this wood is going to hang in there. All these pieces will stay. Everything in white will disappear. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.